So I had two choices in this lovely January movie season. I could go see Replicas, the Keanu Reeves sci-fi cheesy looking movie that's been sitting on the shelf apparently for like 2 or 3 years. Or I could go see Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston in The Upside. I chose The Upside, and I'm glad I did, because this movie was actually really good. Let's get into it. It's directed by Neil Burger, who has actually directed quite a few things that I've enjoyed. He directed Limitless. He directed the first Divergent film. He directed The Illusionist, which I really like. So I was surprised when I saw that pop up, directed by Neil Burger. I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. And it stars, like I said, Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston can't feel anything, can't move his body from the neck down. He needs someone to take care of him. Kevin Hart is on parole. He kind of like accidentally ends up at this job interview. Bryan Cranston takes him for a few of the wrong reasons, but wants him to come work there. And it's this great movie about these two unlikely people becoming friends, and it's based on a true story, and the chemistry between Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart is fantastic. There are many scenes where I was just like really laughing, like gut busting laughing. There's some great stuff with Kevin Hart, but it's not like over the top Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. There's been a few times where I've like in the movie that him and The Rock did. I think it was like CIA or Central Intelligence or something like that. I really like that film. That's still my favorite Kevin Hart movie. Sometimes though, like in the ride-along movies, he's kind of just a little bit over the top and plays the same character over again. He was pretty good in Jumanji. But in this film, he's a very more low-key version of himself. He's still funny, but very more low-key. You get a lot of backstory on him and his son and his daughter and what's going on in his life. You get a lot of flashbacks with Bryan Cranston, so you can find out how he ended up paralyzed, how he's become this wealthy, what happened to his wife, all these things. So it's really good. Like I said, it's got great chemistry. It's a little bit predictable. It's a little bit formulaic at times. I'm starting to get a little annoyed with these start the movie at the end of the movie kind of thing. That it seems like every movie I've been watching here lately is like, because the Escape Room that we watched did the exact same thing. It's the movie opens with a scene from the end of the movie, and it's just it's been done a million times and just kind of meh. And this one does it too, and I don't even know why it does it. Like, we could have just started at the start and went through it. Why we had this stupid little thing in the middle. It kind of ends with a little bow on top. It never really goes deep into like the real hardcore issues. So once again, if that's something you're looking into, if that's going to be a negative for you, you might not want to see it. But I just found it very charming, very funny. Great performances by Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart. Great chemistry. It's directed really well. I was kind of flabbergasted by how much I really did enjoy this movie. And I'm glad I didn't go see Replicas, which is big for me, because you know how I am about cheesy sci-fi. It's kind of my thing. But I enjoyed it, especially for a January movie, and it's definitely something I would watch and recommend people to watch, especially if you catch it later on down the road, like on a Netflix or something. So I'm going to give The Upside a 4 out of 5. Definitely check it out, especially if you like Kevin Hart. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.